Are you guys able to hear me now, or are you guys still not able to hear me?
Are we starting now or what? I don't know if they've started their bands yet. Are we on stream? Are we live?
I'm not too sure.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Checkmate Tourney S3 Round Robin Sky versus Ravens. Sorry about that. My name is DTM, and I am commentating with Galia.
So we'll be commenting together for the match between RV.
Yeah, RV versus Sky. Let's see. RV, pretty well-known team. I'm not so sure I know a lot about Sky. Galia, are you familiar with them?
I am not too familiar with them, but I'm pretty familiar with their Thunder Fafa. Fafa's pretty famous for both the Soul Weaver wheel and Bloody Queen.
Yeah, they have Fafa. That's right. Fafa is a well-known player. A lot of off meta, a lot of spider, a lot of ripper, a lot of wheel. It should be interesting to see how Ravens reacts to that. They might not have a lot of practice against like a quality ripper or something like that. I would love to see a ripper. Ripper would be very entertaining. I think we should be getting into bands and picks shortly. Yeah, it looks like okay. It looks like the hunter Sky's hunting first. Oh, is Gus Fox hunting?
If Gus Fox is funny, that would be interesting because he's pretty famous for his axe boy.
Gotcha. So we might be seeing an Axe Boy then. So the bans have gone Ento FO first from Gus Fox, Psycho and Merc picked from Ravens, and then a Dancer ban. That's unusual.
That's
Um,
that's pretty good if he's going to play an axe boy because Ento is really strong against axe boy,
mhm.
and it seems like he's also banning a stable rescue because there is a pretty good chance that Merc might not be able to rescue against an axe boy without a double down. But first officer is much more reliable against an axe boy.
Yeah, definitely not very common to see Merc get picked first though, because now RV won't have Merc for the rest of the match, which could be relevant. It's going to be now a Gardner pick from Pablo. Gardner is usually picked to counter Opera Singer lately. Against Axe Boy, she's still pretty solid. She has the shield that lets her eat a hit. And there's some possibility for harassment and maybe some struggle strategies, but she's not as common for other hunters. Usually you see her specifically for Opera Singer. So I'm
Yeah, I usually
interested.
see her for opera singer because she has 50 seconds where she can take a free hit without getting anything in. And her shield is also renewable. It's not like if you pick psychologist. Psychologist is generally not considered to have a rebound kite, but with Garner, you could theoretically have a really good rebound kite if you control the shield.
Yeah. Gardner might not be the most reliable, but like with some support, it's definitely possible. So hold on, let me look at these bands again. So they've picked Psychologist and Merc. They don't really have any support right now. So I'm kind of looking forward to see if they lock in a support. What map are we on? Are we on Arms?
I'll check. RV banned Lakeside, and the map is Arms Factory. So it's a really good map for Axboy actually because Axboy has a lot of map control and it's also a flat map.
Yeah. For Arms Factory, there's still plenty of support that they can go for. Something like a Seer would be really strong here. It looks like it's gonna be a Barmaid ban. One second.
So he's definitely going for a single hit hunter or a hunter that's gonna take a bit of time.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, Barmaid ban from Gus Fox. And we're still waiting on the last pick. I think a Seer would be strong. Dancer's gone. You still have maybe something like what other supports? Yeah, there's the Seer. Seer's probably the best pick here.
Pretty good for a fourth pick, honestly, because you don't put Seer in. You don't get Seer banned for all the other.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I question the Barmaid ban from Gus Fox. Seer's so strong here. He makes both Gardener and Psychologist 4-hit survivors, which is it's very difficult to deal with. You're gonna have to bait an owl. And even then, it's still like, 3 hits to get through. So, this kind of comp is very strong for drawing. As long as no one gets terror shocked, like it's a pretty consistent kites all around, just because each of the survivors can take so many hits. But the best survivor to chase is definitely going to be Seer here.
That's pretty much a strategy against opera singers nowadays because it's actually really hard to kite an opera singer. And even in IVL, the strategy is that you either hide or you find characters that can take extra hits. This is pretty interesting because Gus Fox looks like he's going for an axe boy, but RV is really bent on preventing him from being comfortable if he plays an opera singer.
Excuse me. Yeah. Like you were saying, RV here really playing around the opera singer, which is smart. Frankly, I think RV's mindset here is that they'd rather play around a less experienced opera singer than a more experienced axe boy, just because opera singer is so overwhelmingly strong right now. The benefit is this kind of comp works against axe boy. As long as like the only way that Gus Fox like does well as axe boy here is if he hits like every single fireball, which is pretty unusual even at the highest level. So as soon as like if Gus Fox even misses one fireball, um, the pace is already going to be really slowed down. So RV are kind of stopping him from playing the opera singer or forcing him to play opera singer into a rough matchup. And at the same time, they're covering the axe boy as well because it's a generally strong comp.
It's generally a comp that can kite really well. And because there's no one assisting, their ciphers will be really fast, especially on this map. And now we have their fulfillment. So Merc has kite, Psychologist has broken windows, Seer has broken windows, and Garner has broken windows. And all of them have bombs.
We're not seeing any funny strategies. I'd like to see a suicide build or two. You see that a lot actually. Suicide builds have been getting more common.
I see that a lot in professional tourney actually, because if I'm honest, opera singer is really hard. So you probably need both broken windows and flywheel to be able to do a 3-cipher kite. And even after that, you might have to sell because opera singer is really good.
Yeah, for sure. Lately with Opera Singer kind of ruling over the meta, suicide builds have gotten more common. But seems that RV are, they're gonna take their chances. They're gonna go for the consistent build. And with everyone with borrowed time, it becomes much easier for them to push for a win if they get a strong early game kite. The one drawback with suicide builds is that even if you have a really long first kite, your support has to be airtight to actually guarantee a win. Because if you mess up the pop, it's just going to be a draw anyway.
Pretty much, because if someone goes down immediately after cipher pop, it's pretty much a guaranteed tie for them, especially if the person is chair. But it seems like RV is really going for it, really trying to win.
All right, so we are getting into the match shortly. It looks like it is going to be an axe boy. Yeah, it's going to be an axe boy, kind of like we were expecting here. Gus Fox, the axe boy specialist. So, yeah, this comp is going to be pretty competent on this map. So I'm really looking forward to see how this match plays out and whether or not Gus Fox can potentially snowball a strong early game into a strong position for his team.
I mean, I've seen Axe Boy do really well on this map, so I think whether or not he does well is still a testament to how important and how skilled he is with this character. He's gonna bring it out.
Looking at this spawn layout, it seems pretty standard. Yeah, this is pretty standard. They're gonna force the axe boy to spawn maybe to the left of Seer or above Psychologist. But forcing an axe boy to chase the Psychologist would be pretty strong. If Seer gets chased, that's not as good. But Gus Fox is actually gonna spawn close to middle. Merc isn't very chaseable here. Maybe considering going after the Gardener that's at Shack. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of route that they take.
Everything depends on his first fireball after chase. If he can land the fireball, it's going to be really advantageous for him. The benefit of this spawn point is that everyone can rotate at the start to a strong kiting area, except for Merc, because if I'm honest, Merc doesn't need to rotate at all. Garner can rotate to the gate area, and Seer can rotate to the factory.
Yeah, it looks like Gus Fox is heading towards the Seer at Ruins. But Seer's gonna get a good route in, and he's gonna be able to rotate. Okay, well now he's just hiding, but As long as he doesn't eat a fireball
He had a first
immediately.
fireball.
That's not great. Yeah, Seer tried
Oh,
hiding and
okay.
it did not pan out for him.
Yeah, it's really hard against Axe-Boy because you can see where the survivor is. And
Ooh, I don't
not
really
only
agree with that vault,
he has to
and
manage
he's
the
dead.
second fight.
That was ugly, to be honest. This isn't very good for Ravens. They might just have to sell this. Right now their ciphers are kind of nowhere near close. But they can't actually sell this because Seer has an owl. He died with his owl, so they have to rescue this after half. Which is going to give Axeboy opportunities to snowball even further if they can get a double down. So this is looking pretty rough for RB right now.
Even if they sell, the ciphers aren't going to be enough as well. Second fight. So they probably will go for a rescue act.
We are seeing Axeboy actually play very aggressively here with the proxy camp. He's going to pressure Gardner. However, they are returning to the chair in time. It doesn't look like oh, that is the Gardner. They were pressuring the psychologist. But Gardner won't be able to get a free rescue here. And so we might be able to see some pressure with the fireball. We'll have to see how Gus Fox can camp. Really nice owl, and he doesn't get the follow-up. Seer might be able to rebound here.
Might be able to rebound. He has blink that would have
Yeah. Gardner is gonna eat a hit there, which is fine. The only issue is Seer might not be able to rebound here. There is no blink, so there's that. But as long as Gus Fox can hit a fireball in this area, he's gonna be set. And Seer's just dead, yeah. So not a great rebound. But they are catching up with their Cypher Rush, so it could be possible for them to draw still. It kind of depends on how fast this next chase is.
They'll have about 2 ciphers left. So it's looking at around the 50 for the second cipher if they want to go for it.
Yeah. It looks like Axeboy is heading towards the Gardener. So unfortunately misses that fireball. It would have been convenient if they could hit that. And no blink here. Wow, he gets the charge attack through the pallet. Gardner went for the early swing and ended up paying for it. And now Gus Fox is still on pace to get a fast down here with that free hit.
Gus Fox is definitely doing really well with this prediction. I feel like he definitely predicted that Garner would just throw down the corner. Seems like Garner's a pro down.
Yeah, there we...
The factory cipher is already so at least they have, but it's basement.
Yeah, this is really rough, I'm not gonna lie. There we kind of saw the issue with Gardner, which is that standing still in front of the hunter tends to work out poorly. And we also see that she's died on basement, which is a problem. The good news is Merc has 3 elbow pads and tied, so should be able to make the rescue, should be able to get Gardner out of the basement. But still, they're kind of behind on their Cypher Rush here, and Merc is still decoding. If they send Psych for this rescue, they might be even considering selling this and pushing for a one-man.
They actually do have a pretty large cipher about that stat. So that was Gardner's first cipher at around 80.
By the way, really smart by...
If they're able to pop that and if they're able to pop Merc's cipher, they should be able to get at least a one. The ciphers are.
Yeah, Gus Fox made some really smooth plays there. He checked the cipher to ensure that Merc was still decoding, and then when he saw that he continued chasing after Psychologist. And then once he knew that the cipher was finished, he teleported back to the chair. That was some really strong game sense from Gus Fox. And he gets the double down too. This is starting to look like a win for Gus Fox. It kind of depends on what their fit cipher is at. If Gardner can rebound, they have a chance, but it doesn't look like she can. And now Psychologist is rushing to the last cipher. It depends on how far it is. Oh, it is 90.
The last cipher is...
It's gonna be popped.
And Gus Fox doesn't teleport.
Yeah, no trade for Gus Fox, but he's going to be able to make it to Pablo. Pablo has to push off the Cypher. The good news is Pablo has an elbow pad, so it's possible for him to push for a dungeon. But it looks like Gus Fox is going to be able to find him, so this might end up being a three elimination for Gus Fox.
Yeah, it's not looking too great, especially because he did that.
There is going to be the last elbow pad. However, dungeon not very close. It would have been easier if it was middle. And right now, Merc has no items and is injured. So, I mean, he makes this. No, he doesn't. My bad. Down goes Merc, and it is going to be a one escape for RV. Really well played by Gus Fox.
Yeah, especially the first two fireballs.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Yeah. For sure. I definitely think definitely Gus Fox had a really great start to the match. Unfortunately, Seer hiding instead of rotating deeper into ruins definitely really hurt. Because he just immediately ate a fireball. That was not a great, and then vaulting into the hunter hurt as well. But Gus Fox handled just all of that really well. Handled the rescue nicely. Eliminated Gardner very quickly with a very good mind game on the pallet. And then made some good plays while camping as well. Really good game sense from Gus Fox to pressure down the psychologist so aggressively. And he waited until he had to teleport back to the chair, which was very smart.
That was definitely an incredible play from Fox. He showed us why this character is specialty.
Mm-hmm. So now, yeah, RV are a little behind here. The good news for them is if Alex can four-man, they win the round. So that's the nice thing about this situation. However, if Sky can hold RV's Hunter to a draw, then they'll be able to secure this round. So a lot of pressure now on RV's Hunter.
Yeah, Sky should at least be aiming for a one-man. They should at least try and get it. The worst case scenario would be that they get a one-man. They tie for the round. However, we do have LX coming up, and from what we know, LX is a sculptor, reptilian, and Bonbon main. So it might be possible to get that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, we know that he's very skilled with all the characters that he plays, and he does play a lot.
Yeah, hunters like Naiad and Bonbon are traditionally draw hunters, but if the survivors make mistakes, it's always possible for them to get wins. Especially with like really strong early games, and if the team decides to rescue. So, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, Alex might just play Opera Singer, which is going to be pretty strong here in any situation.
Yeah, but at the same time, Arms isn't the best map for Opera because you have a lot of long palettes, long windows. So it's pretty easy to loop Opera certain areas, especially like factory shaft and the long palette in middle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Of course, skilled opera singers can always play around that with the shadow dance ability. So it's gonna depend on how experienced LX is with the opera singer. If they've had a lot of time to iron out this map. Because the difficult thing is since opera is still relatively new, not every opera singer has had the time to get the experience on her, like at every map. It kind of depends on what maps you really know in and out. So if Alex is comfortable with Arms Factory, then that'll be a big advantage.
Yeah.
It looks like
he does have a lot of characters that are good. One sculptor. I would say Reptilian is so on the map, but he can be something that you can use to pressure during the ban.
Yeah, it's definitely an option. Although I'm not sure we'll see a reptile maybe round 1. Round 2 though, we might see that. Now we are getting into the bans here. We have a dancer officer ban from LX definitely consistent with what Opera would want. Opera's really like banning Officer, and now it's going to be a professor and a journalist pick from Sky. That's very interesting.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting because professors should have a either 45 second or 70-second cooldown. And with the efficiency that Opera can get hits with, I don't think I've seen a Professor against.
Yeah, you don't see Professor as much to counter Opera Singer. Usually you'd rather just go for like a gardener maybe or a lawyer.
Yeah.
But
You
it's
just go for
definitely
characters.
possible.
You just go for characters that can just take hits without losing it. And we
Mhm.
have a cord ban and an airplane. Cord is pretty common against Opera actually because her gun is pretty much an extra hit. Or you can force the Opera to bring excitement instead of normal or blink.
Yeah, that's true. Next up we have a chord band from LX. Um, an arrow. Is that arrow planist? Oh my god, they
Yeah.
might actually be playing that. And then a seer band, and then a lawyer lock. So it looks like the comp is going to be lawyer, aeroplanist, professor, journalist. I have not seen any aeroplanist gameplay. And I do
Not
not
seen
think
any
they're
concept.
particularly strong against Opera.
I haven't seen any comps like this actually. This is really interesting because this is a comp that can definitely decode really fast. But they're very vulnerable if Alex can find a person who can intercept them early.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Aeroplanist kind of hasn't been seeing a lot of play lately. Mostly because he's just a worst patient, to be honest. Not much opportunity for support, which is kind of what makes survivors good in this meta. Um, However, locks like lawyer very strong right now, and professor and journalist both have opportunities to support. So, they might be able to hold this opera singer to a draw if it is an opera singer.
Yeah, but it also depends on how they pick. The advantages that they have is that they know what Alex is going to pick before they pick their spawns. So if it is opera singer, they would have to pick spawns with Alex or good kiting or places that you can rotate.
Yeah, that's true. Now we are waiting on the teammates to come in. We're also waiting on the persona. I would expect probably like I don't know, broken windows on Seer, Aeroplanist, and then what, tied on journalist, maybe flywheel on professor. They
I
don't
honestly
necessarily have to go
expect
flywheel
them
here.
to just go crazy and just down. I would expect them to put flywheel double and windows for a lot of the games. Just mainly because they don't have to go for a win. They just need to get a 1-bet now.
Mhm.
So it would make sense that they might want to just have first person kite reset for themselves. Because if they chive, they win the round.
Yeah, it'd definitely be best if they could push for a draw here. That would be very strong here. So it'll be interesting to see if they can get the support. We're still waiting on these persona locks, but we should be getting started shortly. I do think that the chord ban was very interesting. Chord's lately been very powerful, especially for against opera singer, because sometimes if you lock in opera singer against chord, or if you'll be forced to bring excitement, which is pretty weak because then you kind of only have a trait that's good against one survivor. So, some operas bring excitement and sometimes it works, but sometimes like if you end up not chasing her, it just doesn't. And sometimes, you bring blank and you get shot and that's always going to be strong. So,
Yeah. Getting bring blink for I feel like it's standard. Especially because opera singers has gotten better and survivors are slowly getting better at reading. in the past, you could say that maybe Opera Singer didn't need bullying because she moved so fast and she could bounce them quickly. So even at like maybe about a month ago, a lot of Opera Singers were being abnormal. But now, because she just got nerfed, bullying would have been better. So Cord is pretty powerful if she can force the singer to bring in instead, because you have to trump card bullying, and that would mean that you have a better getting.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Now we do have the oh boy, we have the personas in, and we have a funny lawyer build. We've got a broken windows flywheel. So we are gonna see a suicide build for lawyer. Aeroplanist is gonna have Tide. Flywheel is gonna be on Professor, and then Journalist is gonna have Tide. So they're actually running double Tide here, which is not very common, especially against a strong chase hunter like Opera Singer. So, but man, that suicide lawyer is gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah, the good thing about having 2 tides is that it's just extra 20 seconds. Mainly because for maybe you can't really cut. So you either have to bring options, or you just bring 2 tides and you just use it to waste. It's interesting that they only brought a flywheel with because Opera Singer is actually pretty good against flywheel because her hit time, her hit animation is really short, and the missed attack animation is also really short. I feel like they are expecting that lawyer is going to be first kite, but at the same time, if it's an Opera Singer, they could possibly go for the journalist.
Yeah, it is going to be an Opera Singer lock, so we should be getting started shortly here. All the survivors and Hunter have been locked in. Yeah, we are going to see the Opera Singer, so going to be interesting to see what Sky can do against a high-level Opera Singer. Didn't get to see it in the first half, but now we are going to see what the meta is all about right now. So this is going to be exciting.
What's your opinion on bringing flywheel against Opera Singer? Because I do feel like flywheel is not as useful against Opera Singer as not even Night Witch or maybe her.
I think Flywheel can definitely be strong against Opera Singer. Broken Windows can be weak because Opera Singer's entire point is that she covers distance fast, so speed boosts don't really matter as much. With Flywheel, especially if you like Flywheel on a pallet when she swings at it, you can get like free pallet stuns. You can avoid hits to get to a new pallet. There are a lot of things you can do with Flywheel. I think it's very versatile against Opera Singer.
Yeah, I think the only problem is that you have to be picky where you use flywheel because her attack animation is so short and her missed hit are recovered. So if you flywheel in the middle of the open ended and she does hit it doesn't really matter because a lot of bring the talent where they recover faster from missed hits because that's kind of how you get around before you reach second.
Yeah, that's true. It looks like gonna be a similar spawn to what Ravens picked, but Opera Singer is gonna be spawning above Factory, so it looks like Lawyer's gonna be chased here. It's gonna be really interesting to see whether or not Lawyer can kite this Opera Singer with the suicide build.
Looks like Lawyer is gonna try and find. LX has seen, and this is gonna be a really fast first hit, I think.
Yeah, unfortunately, Lawyer did kind of jump right into an Opera Shadow. There we actually saw Opera's decision to kind of cut into Factory really benefit her. And that's gonna be a really fast hit. This is another Peeper Hunter though. Oh, just put his dash on cooldown, that's unfortunate. But yeah, Peeper Opera Singer definitely not as common. but looks like Alex likes his peepers.
I'm actually not sure if he even brought trump card. It looks to me like he has fast palette breaking. I don't think he
Yeah,
has trump card actually. So this is kind of interesting because he's gonna be using peepers for both chase and map control later on.
it could definitely be like a oh, very nice flywheel there.
Very nice.
And yeah, like we discussed, flywheel very strong against Opera Singer if you can time it right. But yeah, it could just be like a downright and fast pallets build. If they don't have Berserker or Wanted Order, then that's what it's gonna be. This Opera Singer most likely is flywheel.
He's gonna try and force Alex to hit him as well.
Yeah, this lawyer's doing a very good job of creating distance. Alex hasn't been quite able to catch up to him yet, and still playing these pallets really nicely. Very good pallets from there as well. Yeah, this lawyer's doing a great job. Now gonna.
Professor also gave him scale.
Yeah, so that might be coming into play here as well. Alex just misses the swing there.
He baited the scale out, but he should be able to. Yeah, he wasn't able to. But this is a 3 cipher kite option.
Yeah, really strong kite from lawyer there. Well, with that, they should actually just be able to draw from here. After a kite like that, maybe Alex wasn't as comfortable with arms. Gonna be able to cut off journalist really far here though. This might end up being a stuff. Journalist is really strong at making rescues though, so she is gonna get downed, but the shadow is gonna be able to make the rescue. So that's the strength of journalist, is she has a guaranteed rescue.
Yeah, against single hit hunters, journalist is definitely guaranteed. But right now it's looking like a double down situation. But Cypher should be a
Yeah, the 5th cipher is at 70.
It should be a win for them because Alex doesn't have anything to switch to a tele. And the 20-second tide time would mean that the warrior's not going to go down until 20 seconds, and he can force Alex to chair him for really long. But this might be a stuck rescue. Unless Cypher is primed.
It should be. Oh no, journalist was able to use her self heal.
Journalist snuck in and
Cover.
But now journalist doesn't have a self heal.
Unfortunately, now Alex, and they're just gonna pop. Yeah, Alex's win condition there was actually staying on lawyer, because lawyer had no lawyer did not have any borrow time. So because Alex lost lawyer now, this is probably gonna be a loss. Opera singer. Oh yeah, aeroplanist is gonna go down there, but might not. Oh, there is the trump card. He did have trump card. Yeah, you do sometimes see that, the fast pallets build. Unfortunately, Gus Fox immediately goes down there. It does not use it.
There, but it should still be a tie though, and it should still be a win for. It'd still be a win for round 1 for Sky.
Yeah, unfortunately, aeroplanist is probably just going to be going getting shared here. And yeah, I mean, we really saw how strong Opera's endgame is. She's just so fast that even if she's in a losing position, she can just turn it into a draw by getting it down really fast and then teleporting. Unfortunately, Professor just messed up his ability there. If they were able to get that, then it would have bought a lot more time, potentially been able to still win. But it looks like they're still able to draw, and so the round is going to be going to Sky.
Yeah, but at the same time, you can't really blame Gus Fox for this one because he didn't have any pallets to work with. A lot of the times, if you're going against a hunter that with a really fast hit animation, it's better to just use your scale and pull a pallet or Valdo. And he didn't really have much to work with.
Yeah, Professor definitely had to use his scale ability there, to buy enough time to get to a window maybe. That might have bought a little more time. Unfortunately, that area was pretty dead. So without many pallets there, yeah, if he couldn't get his scale ability, then he was definitely gonna die quickly. You don't really see that very often though. I was surprised when Alex just swung at that. I was even more surprised when it worked.
Mhm.
Usually they I don't know, I thought it lasted longer than that actually, but it didn't and he died. Unfortunate. But still a really big win for Sky. Winning the first round against Ravens is definitely really good for them.
Especially now with round one being almost all either opera singers or specialty characters. It's pretty good to get a tie against an opera singer. She's one of the strongest characters now. Round two, she's probably going to be banned either way.
Hmm. Yeah, draw is very strong, especially with the fast first hit on Lawyer.
Mhm.
Lawyer took the first hit really quickly. Honestly, I think that one of the deciding factors was Opera not having Blink. We saw, you know, Peepers isn't very common on Opera. They usually go Blink or Abnormal. Um,
Mhm.
but like Alex just didn't get enough value out of the Peepers. If you get kited 3 ciphers, you can't really use Peepers to map pressure. It's kind of like you have to get a fast down for that, and no abnormal to pressure either. So unfortunately, Alex just got kited and wasn't able to do anything to turn that into a win.
Yeah, but even if he got tired, he still managed to turn that into a tie. He turned a almost 3.5 cipher kite into a tie.
Hmm. Yeah, that's just the strength of Opera Singer. Getting 2 fast downs like that in endgame is going to be really difficult for the survivors to come back from. So it's good that they didn't overextend and lose. That would have been bad.
Do you think they're going to be banning the exploit for Gusbox next round, or are they going to predict that Gusbox has an opera singer?
It'd probably be smart to just ban the Axploit. You know, traditionally you always ban their specialty, even if there is a stronger hunter available. So, they probably won't disrespect the Axploit after they lost to it, especially after they couldn't kite it. So, we'll probably see the Axploit ban. They probably have more experience against Opera Singer anyway, so they might be better off playing against that.
I do think so too. But I feel like a lot of the times for maybe opera singer, because I don't think there's ever been another character that's overtaken the meta like opera
Hmm. Yeah, it's true. Still though, I don't really think it'd be smart at this point to let Gus Fox play Axplay again. They're
singer.
pretty clearly an Axplay specialist, so um, if they do end up having an opera singer though, that could end up being really strong, getting to play an opera round two with more bands to work with. That could just be like a free four elimination if they're strong enough with opera singer. So it'll be interesting to see if that ends up happening.
The good news for Ravens is that they get to pick a map this. So it seems like Sky will be banning Lakeside as the map, and um, we're waiting on Ravens for them to pick a map.
Mm-hmm.
It could
Yeah,
be
now that
good for
Ravens
them.
do have map pick, they do have a small advantage now.
Could be good for
Um,
Ravens to pick Red Church because LX. Oh, they picked Ever Sleeping. So they're definitely looking for their 100 to get in.
yeah, Ever Sleeping is definitely a really strong map for hunters. It's one of the most even maps in the game. So, potentially looking to give their hunter an advantage here. Um, Ever Sleeping is a really balanced map in general. So, basically every hunter in the game is good on it. It'll be
Yeah.
interesting to see what Gus Fox wants to play on this map.
And also we're seeing Fafa subbing in for
Mm.
for Gus.
Okay, no more Gus Fox then. So yeah, now that Fafa is coming in, I'm not sure if Fafa plays opera singer. It'll be interesting to see what RV want to ban now. Do they ban a spider or do they go for an opera singer ban?
Yeah, the current meta is definitely really good for hunters because as long as you have in Opera Singer. You can generally get it picked. Your main secondary character round 2 with one. So it definitely makes it easier for a lot of players to win now because you get more options. Because the Opera Singer is almost a guaranteed
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. I'm not sure if Fafa has an opera singer, but if he does and if it gets through, it's gonna be a really big advantage. Um, I did not see Fafa's matches from IBT, so
Mhm.
we are still waiting on them to pick a faction now.
So they're going to be going Survivor.
Oh, Fafa said no?
All said no.
Okay, I think
Okay.
Fafa wants to hunt first.
I guess we'll wait a bit to see what happens.
Yeah, maybe
Alright,
okay,
what
a little
Fafa said.
miscommunication.
So I think Fafa's going to go first.
Alright, yeah, we're gonna get to see Fafa hunt up first. So we should be getting into the picks and bans shortly.
Mm-hmm. Could be really fun to watch because Wheel is really good on this map. Ripper is okay on this map, but Ripper is pretty bad against height difference. Spider is okay. Spider is okay, but there are ways you can counter her if you pull all the long pallets first, so that Spider doesn't have both ones.
Yeah, usually Spider's best maps are like Chinatown and Church, mostly Chinatown. So it's not too common to see a Spider on Ever Sleeping. You see it sometimes, but not like all the time. Now it looks like Fafa is gonna ban FO and Prospector. So really interesting here, prioritizing the FO. Oh well, they don't have Merc anymore, so I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, they're probably gonna have to go for a journalist or wilding or possibly Gravekeeper. Gravekeeper just got buffed, so I think that could be a viable option.
Yeah, the only problem with that is Gravekeeper kind of sucks. So if you can lock them into playing like a rescue like Gravekeeper, that's pretty nice because like Opera can easily chase Grave. Well, maybe not easily, but you catch up pretty quickly.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, chip hunters aren't as strong against Gravekeeper now. So now you just have to hold on to your chips until after you get him out of the shovel. But still,
Yeah.
it doesn't have that weakness anymore.
If they do let him play Opera, they probably have to consider giving Grave broken windows, because if you don't give him some sort of kiting, final, it's going to be really hard if he does get final. Especially because Gravekeeper isn't really strong against Opera due to the cooldown of his shovel.
Yeah, it's definitely true. Now we are waiting on Raven's picks here. It looks like they're gonna ban Opera, so they prioritize the Opera ban, and they're gonna pick Lawyer and Entomologist, which is really interesting. Maybe they're playing around a Ripper here with the Ento pick.
They're also trying to counter his Soul Weaver because Ento is really strong. Ento's support can prevent Soul Weaver from getting a lot of times because Ento can prevent her from gaining speed boost. Now Fafa bans the Acrobat, so he wants to ban Stable Protector. So it could be viable for them to pick Patient because Patient is kind of similar to Wildling. So now they're gonna go for their rescue.
Yeah, Wildling I think is definitely preferable to Gravekeeper. You do have some opportunities to harass with it. It's not very chaseable, even for Opera Singer. It's pretty difficult to chase Wildling. So I think that's a pretty strong pick here. We're gonna see. We're still waiting on that ban. Acrobat ban from Fafa is pretty good. I think no hunter likes acrobat. So we might see Fafa want to ban maybe a toy merchant or a dancer or something like that. Either of those would be pretty strong against like Spider or Ripper. He's gonna go for a barmaid ban though.
You think he could be going for a wheel because wheel is pretty good against wildling and lawyer. But it just seems like if he's banning barmaid, he's probably going for something else.
Yeah, wheels don't usually ban barmaid. You usually are very happy to see a barmaid if you're playing wheel, so might
Yeah.
not be thinking about that. And we're gonna see a cord as well. Cord again been a lot more popular in the current meta. Only issue potentially is that with both cord and wildling, you're getting more value out of excitement. So they may be pressuring Fafa into bringing excitement, but excitement's also not that useful for chasing Ento or lawyer. You can use it against Ento, but it's not like as good as using it against a stunner. So
Yeah. If you use it against the Ento, it just means that the so I would say it's not very ideal. It might be best to pick Blink and chase that cord. Ever sleeping does have a lot of places where you can try hide behind to avoid the player guard. So it just depends on what Fafa is thinking.
Yeah, at this point, it's kind of like a preference thing, whether or not you want to go for excitement here. You don't have to, but it can be pretty strong. It looks like they have finished locking their personas, so we're gonna wait for Fafa's hunter pick. Really excited to see if he goes for an Ann. That's pretty unusual.
That's interesting. So we have the persona. So Wilding has Tide, Cord has Broken Windows, Lawyer has Broken Windows, Entomologist has Flywheel, all of them have bars.
Yeah, this is definitely expected for their personas. Cord can't bring Tide, of course, and two broken windows and a flywheel is pretty expected. And then Wildling on Tide makes sense. I am surprised by the Ann pick though. Ann isn't really a hunter with a lot of win potential, so picking an Ann first is going to be interesting. I guess just because Fafa is a Ann specialist to some extent, so it'll be interesting to see if he can maybe push for a win with Ann.
I think it will be pretty hard because for most of the hunters that we consider they have solid shape and they have solid camp. But the problem is that their skills have cooldown, so it's pretty much just one hit per cap, and they don't have the abilities that you would probably expect from a win hunter like Dream Witch or
Yeah, Dream Witch would have been pretty cool. I'm not sure if Fafa have a Dream Witch?
I was actually hoping that he might take a wheel because this comp is definitely viable. Like, if you take excitement and because lawyer is not very good. It's not very good for kiting.
Yeah, the issue with Dream Witch is that she is very difficult. There are very few Dream Witch mains on the server. You know, besides Sprinter, obviously. We have seen some good Dream Witch gameplay from Yimmy, but like besides that, not a lot of Dream Witch. It would have been definitely interesting to see a Dream Witch, but I'm not sure if Fafa has one prepared. Most likely an experienced Ann player though. So it's going to be interesting to see what Fafa can do at the end.
Yeah, I think the other thing with Dream Witch is that she's a very risky character because nowadays ciphers are really fast. So if you do get kited, it's really hard to observe that. if you only have two leeches on the field. So Fafa's going for something that he's very good with. And it looks like he's picked between the Wildling and the. So this seems like the first chase is going to be Lawyer again. The Lawyer can just rotate to Graveyard.
Yeah, I think Lawyer would definitely be the best option here for first chase. Wildling not really chaseable here, so Lawyer is definitely the best option. Unfortunately, Lawyer is going to be able to rotate pretty well because he can't see the hunter, so Fafa might be in for a pretty strong rotation here. It'll be interesting to see how well RB can rotate to maybe stall for time before Fafa can start his chase.
I think it's gonna be pretty easy for Lawyer to rotate though, and with Graveyard you have a lot of palace and you have a long window, so it's gonna be pretty hard to get. Oh, is Fafa's gonna force Wildling to go on 4 and he's gonna go for Ento. But
Yeah. Might actually be heading for this cord. I think Fafa might have excitement. Prioritizing the cord here is definitely something you would do if you had excitement. I'm not sure though. It might be teleport. He's running down Snowflake without confined. So he might actually be running teleport, in which case he could have trouble getting this down quickly. Oh, what?
Oh.
How did that get blocked?
Because Endo's bees can block Cord's Flare Gun. So
Oh, they didn't know that. I didn't know that either, but that is actually crazy.
I'm an Endo main, so I thought that happened once in IVS actually. So this is pretty interesting because my duo is actually a Cord main.
Wow.
So I guess that prevented a lot of things from happening.
Yeah, regardless, that is a massive miscommunication. They just turned their Cord into a lucky guy. Oh, he doesn't get the swing. I expected that to stun, but it ended up not. And now, unfortunately, the cat gets wasted. They might still be able to, oh, Lawyer gives up a free hit. Fafa might just switch over to Lawyer to stop him from decoding quickly.
Fafa can
Yeah, looks like he's thinking about it.
He has his first pistol.
He is going to turn off his map here. Unfortunately, Lawyer does have like the increased movement speed and the increased vaulting speed, so could still be difficult to down him. Alright, now he gets the phone.
And it's gonna be a first. The ciphers are at about 3 ciphers. So this is looking pretty good for us.
Yeah, I'm actually I'm surprised that it's going so well for them. Especially after the cord got stuffed. Unfortunately, Fafa did lose a lot of time going for the coordinator. That kind of lost him a lot of time. It might have been better to just go for Lawyer from the start. He does have an extra injury though, but that might not be enough.
He's not able to get down from board because Fafa just. Is that how it works?
They are rescuing this after half though, and their 5th cipher is just getting started. So Fafa can definitely still draw this match. Oh, this could be a stuff. Nah, Wildling played it well. He's gonna make the rescue. No, he doesn't!
That was a stuff rescue.
Wow, I did not think that would be a stuff.
Yeah, I didn't think that would happen because the second stun is only 1. But it seems like now he's actually standing right to an unfinished cipher. This is definitely looking a lot better.
Yeah, especially because Ento has to come off the cipher. If Fafa can stuff Ento, this is definitely gonna be a win. Oh, he gets it! Or no, he doesn't. I thought he hit that. My bad. Nice flywheel from Ento. She's gonna keep herself alive here. And right now the cipher is 50. if Fafa can down Ento quickly, he can also just teleport to the Cypher now and chase Cord, who has no items, and then he wins. Doesn't look like he wanna.
It seems like he's gonna go for the chair.
Yeah, teleporting to the Cypher would have been better there. He's taking a lot of time to chair this Ento, and now he's
It
probably
looks
gonna
like a
draw.
win position, to be honest, because all of them are at half health, and it's really risky against rescuing to the side.
Yeah, he does go for the teleport now.
It's really hard to see.
Yeah, unfortunately, this play's just not good enough. Because now the Cypher is like 80, it's almost finished. Wildling can just make the rescue and it's gonna be primed. Fafa really... Oh, he does have basement.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just gonna pop it.
They're gonna go for the 1-man out because they know that Fafa doesn't.
It's also possible for a Wildling to kite to dungeon, because it is gonna be Wildling near the gate. So as long as Wildling rotates early, please Wildling, get off the gate. Oh, but Eto might actually be heading for the rescue. Fafa's actually trapped here.
It's alright for Fafa because he pulled the cat to the gate, and if Wildling does end up trying to force the gate, he can just end the cat. He wouldn't be able to do.
Oh, well, Fafa might actually find Ento here, but the question is the gate gonna be open in time, and can Fafa
He's
catch
at
up? He messes up his jump.
He's at 13%. So it seems like Fafa should be able to. Is he? No, it's gonna be a tie.
Wow, that was such a close endgame there. Unfortunately, yeah, Fafa messed up his jump, and then Wildling got the body block in time. Yeah, unfortunately, Fafa chairing before teleporting was the wrong play, unfortunately. Fafa would have won that if he just teleported to Cord. Unfortunate misstep from Fafa there, taking too much time to pressure the Cypher, but a draw is still solid, so we'll have to see if Sky can get a draw or even a win to put this match away.
Yeah, the other option was that he would guard the Cypher and prevent them from decoding because Anne can definitely do that if he pulls the cat to Cypher and ends it early.
Yeah, I don't think he was able to get the he was able to explode the cat on the Wildling, so Wildling was able to keep pressuring it. Ravens did play that endgame really well, popping it and then having Ento pressure middle was very effective. I think it might have still been better for Fafa to just hard commit to Wildling and let Ento rescue. If he did that, he might have still been able to win. Unfortunately, Fafa just played a little too conservatively and ended up locking himself into a draw. But still very well played from both sides.
Yeah, at one point it was definitely looking like a 3-man or even 4. But Ravens managed to pull that back.
Yeah. Yeah, I really thought he'd go for the teleport there. He had the right idea, he just did it too late. It was unfortunate.
It could have been possible if he forced Cord out first and then he went back to hit the Wildling because if he cheered the Wildling against somewhere, it would have been even harder. The only person in that team comp who could rescue probably at half health with Hyper was probably Wildling.
Yeah, that definitely would have been interesting. Unfortunately, now it doesn't really matter. Now the pressure is gonna fall onto Sky's survivors and Alex on RV's Hunter LX. If Alex can win, then Ravens are gonna take back a match and then they can potentially win in round 3. So now we are waiting on the bans and picks to start.
The good news is that if they want to try and go for a tie and then go for the winner round 3, the difference in points is just 5-3, so they only have to get a 3-man a tie to go into overtime. It's not as extreme as maybe if one side got 4-man and the other side in first round, because that would have been much harder. come back from. Because it's just a 5-3, it's very possible that they can come back from it, especially knowing that Ravens is a really experienced team.
Yeah, it's not a huge point differential. If Sky won by like, maybe by more like 7-2, then it would have been more difficult. But right now, this is very doable for Ravens. Especially if Alex can win this match. No more opera singer for LX, but they got a strong Naiad, a strong Bonbon. So it's still potentially possible for them to secure wins even with a draw hunter. So
even if they can't win, all should at least be good. As long as they tie, anything can happen.
we should be getting into these picks and bans shortly. We're still waiting on the first bans from LX.
Yeah. So RV has actually no, Sky has journalist and professor. So definitely not like. I think it would have been. It was pretty worth it though, because they did get a green in first round, and both journalist and professor are really medic. Now
Yeah.
we're just waiting for Alex to expand. Priestess and dancer.
Those are good bans. Yeah, unlike Arms, Priestess is very strong on this map, so you're always gonna see her get banned. And Dancer is also a very strong character. Sometimes you'll see like Priestess and Anti or Priestess and Seer, but I think Priestess and Dancer is definitely still a really strong ban here.
I feel like it does kind of look like a camping because most of them are pretty bad against Dancer.
I really like these picks here. We're gonna see Toy Merchant and Antiquarian, and I think this is exactly what Sky needs. They need to play aggressively with really strong support to go for a win here. They've already shown that they can do it. So with Toy Merchant and Anti, they're both extremely strong on Ever Sleeping.
Yeah, they're playing very strong, and they're going all out. They're putting Toy Merchant and Anti in universal fans already. So LX fans Merc. They only have journalists and fans, but they could definitely go for first.
Yeah, I think that.
Or Gravekeeper, but I think first officer would be better.
Yeah, FO is much better than Gravekeeper. They're probably gonna go for FO here. FO is just very strong in general, so there's the FO lock, not too surprising. Now it's gonna be interesting to see if what Alex goes to ban now. He can still ban maybe another harasser like Prospector, or maybe a Seer here.
I feel like he could potentially let out the Seer. He bans Axel because he has Bonbon and he has Sculptor and Violin and all of the modding.
I think that I think that like a Seer could be strong here. They could go for an Ento, they could go for a Lawyer. Maybe even a Gardener. Although Gardener without Seer isn't as strong.
I feel like Patient might be a good pick because Alex is clearly saying that he's gonna ban characters that can help you pull distance.
Yeah, Patient is definitely strong as like a secondary rescue. Very very difficult to chase. So he's especially strong against Naiad and Bonbon. So against both of those hunters, Patient is very strong.
Naiad, Bonbon, Sculptor, Violin, even you can even kite Geisha if you're really careful about it. Yeah, we're still waiting for the final pick. I would say Patient or Psychology. psychologist, but I could be wrong. So both of those are definitely solid picks, and they might be better than
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think psychologist wouldn't be too bad either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they also Sky like never banned a hunter, so they remembered about that they get a hunter ban. They're trying to do that right now, so it's probably just gonna be an opera, obviously.
So they did do pretty well against the opera. Do you think they're gonna?
What are they waffling about, bro? They
I think
want to
we might
redo?
Yeah, I think we might be redoing the ban.
They cannot be
They
for
didn't
real,
do it in the
bro.
right order. So priestess and dancer are still banned.
I'm not gonna lie, if they just lock the same exact things, I'm gonna be upset. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I would be upset too.
Yeah, I really don't
also
think they're allowed to do that. This is ridiculous, but whatever.
They also banned opera singer as well. And we're waiting for their This isn't dancer. Andrea. I think they're getting the order wrong again. I feel like the bands and picks are still gonna be really similar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry about the delay, you guys. This is pretty silly. They're really taking their time with this. Sorry about the delay.
But yeah, it's understandable because honestly, how you ban and how you pick is probably gonna decide at least 50% of the spin.
Okay, now this is unfair for LX. They banned Merc and, or no, they picked Anti this time, or they picked Merc and Anti. I don't even think this is better, honestly. I think you'd rather just take the Toy Merchant. Now they have less support. Honestly, between Merc and FO, it doesn't make a difference.
I think the thing with picking Merc first is that you put Merc in Universal. So the problem with that is that in round 3, the hunter can just ban to your investment, and you only have a Gravekeeper to work for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
now
that's true.
A patient ban, which is really interesting because patient and acro are generally considered to be kind of equivalent to each other in terms of their ability to kite. So now we're seeing that Alex is choosing a ban of patient instead of the acro.
Mm-hmm. I'm really surprised Alex didn't ban Toy Merchant. She's extremely strong on this map, so I would have expected to see a Toy Merchant ban after they picked her first. To be honest, he really should have just banned Toy Merchant, but you know.
Yeah, but Alex has an evil reptilian, so
that's true.
If you're gonna pick Toy Merchant, because you can definitely target Toy Merchant. But the patient ban does seem like he's not gonna go for a hunter with an ability to cover distance.
Yeah, I think Reptile Lizard could definitely be really good here, and it might be why they're why Alex is letting them have a Toy Merchant. Yeah, they immediately locked Toy Merchant, so it looks like they're just gonna pick the same exact comp but with Merc instead of FO. It is gonna be an acro ban, and so next they're probably just gonna pick oh wait, they never picked a 4th character. So yeah, it's the same thing.
That psychologist might be good because you definitely need something to help you in case you do have to try and get the last cipher done. Psychologist or barmaid would be good. But if you pick barmaid, Alex might pick Bonbon and he can just target the farm. get a time.
Yeah, I think Barmaid and Psych could definitely both be really strong. They're both very good supports. They are gonna go for the Barmaid, yeah.
Now the question is are they gonna go for maybe a suicide barmaid, because Alex does have a lot of characters that can count. So it might be best for them to pick a suicide. We're still waiting for the persona, but they should be up anytime.
Yeah, now Bonbon is pretty weak against this comp. He's okay against Barmaid, but Toy Merchant's rough. Antiquarian is also very rough. But Reptile can definitely succeed here. He counters Toy Merchant, so I'd definitely be interested in seeing a Lizard. Or maybe a Naiad. Naiad is also good here.
Naiad? I would say Naiad, if Naiad does get an early hit on Barmaid, it's still pretty much a guaranteed Dublin. So I would say it's not as good as the killing Toy Merchant, but it's definitely worth a try. Naiad is just really strong for getting a guaranteed high because her camp is so strong. And there's a lot of pressure if you're going to rescue against it.
Yeah, Naiad can definitely be really good. Yeah, they're still working on those locks. I think between like Naiad, Lizard, and Bonbon, I think Naiad is potentially the best one. It kind of depends on how comfortable LX is with Lizard. If he's really strong with Lizard, then I think you should go with that, but I'm not sure how comfortable he is.
Yeah, I've seen him do really well with it. So I would say it's definitely a viable option. And the last time he brought Lizard out was actually also for round 2. The last time I saw his Lizard was 2. That would be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him play Lizard before. I'm not sure. It's probably been a while, I guess. I don't think he played Lizard in an IVT that just happened, so. Alright, now we should be getting a Hunter Lock shortly. And it's gonna be a Wax Artist. Oh. Wax Artist is a really strong pick here. He's actually a Win Hunter, unlike everything else, so. Wax Artist can definitely succeed for sure here.
Yeah, Wax counters Barmaid. So if Barmaid can't get assistance from maybe Antiquarian or Toy, she's probably going to be down really quick.
Yeah, it's true. Wax does kind of struggle with Toy Merchant sometimes, but with his ability to seal off ciphers and his map pressure, Wax can definitely push for a win. So this is going to be interesting to see if Alex can secure maybe even a 4-man and get a big lead for RB.
This is definitely an interesting because honestly I wasn't expecting it, but this is one pick that I didn't think of that would be a pretty good counter for him.
We should be getting started shortly. Sorry for the delay. With those with the redone bans, that shouldn't have happened, but we're finally getting started. So we should be getting started shortly.
think we're still waiting on Persona, and we're waiting for Ella to be invited. But we should be started.
Yeah, we're still waiting on Alex to join the custom.
I think they're definitely gonna go for maybe different spawn points. If he's gonna go for a wax, because for kiting wax, it's not really about how you kite it. It's about how much you can use walls to your advantage, because that's the only thing that can really kite wax.
Yeah, it's definitely like there's a big emphasis on roots. If you can loop wax around corner house, for instance, that's a really strong way to kite him. If you can loop him around other areas as well. Looping wax artists around high walls is the best way to kite him for sure. He can definitely struggle with that.
I think the personas, no, the personas haven't come through yet. Do we have personas? So barmaids, we have borrowed time and broken. So it's pretty standard build. There are a lot of barmaids that breathe flywheel nowadays, but broken windows is definitely more common. You can cover distance, use speed doubling, almost a guaranteed doubling.
Yeah, I think we do see barmaid with broken windows more often than before, because it lets her transition pretty well. But you still see her with flywheel pretty often. It looks like Merc is going to be on Tide, and then 2 flywheels here from both Toy Merchant and Antiquarian. So lots of flywheels. They might be able to maybe like flywheel some hot wax or something like that. That would be pretty strong.
That would be a lot harder. It's generally better to kite wax with a broken window. But at the same time, flywheel is definitely better if you're trying to go for maybe you're trying to go for more than just.
Yeah, I think it's expected for Antiquarian to have flywheel, because she's a harasser, so harassers always need flywheel. But then for Toy Merchant on flywheel, yeah, it might be easier for her to kite with broken windows, but flywheel still has its uses even against wax artists. So.
Yeah. Do you think he might actually go for maybe targeting the enemy, because wax does. I feel like, I think they got the wrong map. They got lakeside instead of ever sleeping.
Oh, did they mess up the map?
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Wow, is Alex really flexing on us? That's actually crazy. He's got it. He's got the fool's gold. That's cool.
He must have been either crazy or lucky, because I haven't gotten anything from that so far.
Yeah, we should be seeing a surrender here. I really want to try out Fool's Gold. Maybe I should ask Alex to give me his account.
Yeah, I think you should definitely try that.
I'm sure he would let me. The skin is cool though. Dang, I've never seen his windscreen before.
I feel like the skin is kind of a combination between like Postman Potion Skin and Inferno Sonata.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, it kind of does. Maybe they're related. I don't keep up with the Essence lore.
Dust is
Nah, cool skin though. We should be starting the custom up shortly. Hopefully this time it's on the right map. Hopefully, so we can get this match started after like 30 minutes.
I think it's because Dusk left, so
Unless he can, oh, unfortunately gonna miss the trap. He didn't miss the trap, it still clipped it. The excitement, not gonna get a hit though! That vault speed just barely saved him. Look now.
It's a man's forward, bro. Get him!
Here, but ooh,
Great body block on the mercenaries, and we did see that blink come out.
Okay, we should be getting started shortly. Finally. I think. Yeah, we're waiting on a couple survivors. That is LX, right? Okay, yeah.
Waiting for
Once we get the next 2 survivors in, we should be okay. Once the last 2 survivors get in, we should be good, so... Oh.
Yep, once we get everyone in, we should be good. Waiting for one. Who do you think is going to be purchased?
Alright, we have everyone. Make sure the area select is turned on, please. And if everything is set up well, if everything's set up right, then we should be good. So we can finally start this match.
Not sure.
Yeah, is area select been turned on? Okay, it is on. Oh, it just got turned off. Okay, now it's on. Alright, we're good. We should be getting into the match shortly now. Sorry for all of these delays. Should be getting into it soon.
Alright, we should be ready to start meeting.
Okay. So, if any of you guys forgot the details of that match, excuse me, it is going to be a wax artist, and on the survivor side, it's going to be a toy merchant, antiquarian, a merc, and what was the last one?
Barmaid.
Oh, barmaid, true. And Soulzek says they would like to select on. Yeah, so after the last draw, I think I think Sky definitely want to at least secure a draw so they can keep their lead going into the round. If they can win, that would be best. So they can end the match in the second round. And on the other hand, Alex really wants to secure a win for RV, so it'll be interesting to see how it plans out. Interesting spawn here. Alex might end up chasing the toy merchant. Antiquarian's pretty difficult for wax artists, so.
I think Antiquarian's okay chase, but it's a pretty risky chase because once you get, it's gonna be really.
Yeah, with Antiquarian, the way you kite waxes, you have to time it so that, like, on the first or second swing, you get frozen by the wax, and then the wax can't hit you, and all your wax goes away. So we'll have to see if the Antiquarian is able to do that effectively. It looks like Wax is considering chasing the Antiquarian.
And Antiquarian's gonna try and.
This is gonna be a really big mind game. Looks like Antiquarian isn't gonna run into the wax artist, so good on them for that.
It would be good for LX to steal the win, but he's gonna break the pallet first.
Oh, it's a questionable rotation there. Antiquarian's gonna take a ton of wax and just, yeah, get waxed. Oh, I don't know why she rotated like that. She should have turned the corner. And she's gonna keep getting waxed here. This isn't a great start.
This really isn't ideal because for anti-Korean, and
Yeah, and the problem with this is Antiquarian just got waxed. Unfortunately, Antiquarian, yeah, didn't really take the right routes or make the right decisions there. So unfortunately, a very fast down for Alex, and this is looking like a potential win scenario.
this is looking like a potential format because Alex is able to guard 2 sides.
Yeah, being able to pressure both ciphers is like a really big. He can pressure 3 ciphers at once here.
He can pressure all 3. So this rescue has to be done.
Yeah, this is actually a massive advantage for Alex.
Ghostbox can't see the double dip.
Good job not getting Terror Shocked. A Terror Shocked would have ended the match on the spot. Unfortunately, Antiquarian isn't going to be able to rebound at all here, so down she goes.
It seems like even if she's gonna run away during side time, he's probably still gonna be able to cheer her somewhere where he can guard.
And yeah, with this chair, Alex is still able to pressure middle, still able to pressure that cipher near Geisha Gate, and even able to pressure 2-story potentially. Yeah, it looks like Barmaid might be going for this rescue here.
It looks like they're gonna go for a rescue, and Wing Merchant is gonna try and give Antiquarian an elbow pass.
Toy Merchant has set up her catapult, which is good. It's a good catapult. Antiquarian might be able to use it, but unfortunately not getting the stun, flywheeling nothing, and then getting waxed. Unfortunate. Yeah, that was pretty rough.
They do have a barmaid and they can heal up, but this is definitely going to be really difficult to try at.
Ooh, and the drink gets cancelled as well. Yeah, Alex really taking advantage of the teleport there to just teleport straight to the Merc and down him instantly, wasting the drink. And there are 4 ciphers left. This is looking pretty unsalvageable for Sky right now.
Now they're not just looking at maybe they're looking at trying to get 1. Ciphers are definitely.
Barmaid could even get stuffed here if Alex can get the hot wax on her. We'll have to see if he's able to. Yeah, he's gonna come in with the hot wax, and he does get it. Barmaid is gonna have to give up on this rescue, unless they decide to double rescue it.
But they're missing a whole cipher plus the rest 40% for each. This is really not looking.
Yeah, this is pretty bad. Barmaid is gonna be able to get the rescue, which is good. He's gonna get the heal.
But it seems like probably gonna be stuck again.
Yeah, the hot wax again, and she goes down. Unfortunately, they just can't make the rescue off of this wax artist. And now Toy Merchant is gonna get chased. Barmaid is being slugged, so it looks like there's just about nothing that they can do from here. This is gonna be a 4 elimination.
It's looking like a definite 4K.
Yeah, I think he was able to wax off the window as well. That was a very nice wax bomb there to turn off the window. And now we're just gonna see how long Toy Merchant can potentially kite this wax artist out. Maybe if they can kite long enough for Barmaid to self-heal, they can stall for a little more time, but it's just not gonna matter here.
You managed to bait Flywheel, so now Toy Merchant doesn't really have anything to work with. Oh, but she does have a...
And she is gonna lose all of her hot wax there, so that ended up working out well. Barmaid is gonna self-heal here. And she gets down through a pallet. Really nice swing there from Alex. And his teleport is up. Let's see if he decides to use it.
If Alex can find the barmaid and down her, it's definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Barmaid is hiding out in corner now, and Nidus has already found it.
Yeah, Wax is trying to mind game this barmaid, but she's playing this well, hiding in 2-story. Wax Artist is, however, going to wax off the window, so she might have to drop down through the hole.
Yeah, Alex is trying to bait her.
Oh, she's gonna get drop hit. Oh, he misses it! And a nice elbow pad from barmaid.
But it does seem like she's gonna go down here. It's already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very well played from Alex there with the hot wax, and yeah, now barmaid has no self-heal. We'll see how long Toy Merchant can last.
Both of them don't have self-heal right now, and I think he's already spotted out the point.
Yeah.
And again, he's trying to mind game. So it seems like feels like it's gonna be.
Toy Merchant does have a catapult here. However, yeah, he's just gonna teleport to the middle cipher to get closer. And now we'll see if maybe she can pick up barmaid, but Alex isn't gonna let them do that. Really nice wax bomb there to trap her off, and there's just nowhere she can go now. Yeah, and this should just be a surrender. Yeah, that was pretty rough for Sky. Unfortunately, the wax artist ended up being very strong, and Alex is gonna format. Man, that was brutal.
Actually, Ravens have to advantage them because they have to form. They have to form in against it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right now, the point total is 10-7. Thank you, Junie. So, RV don't have a huge point lead. It's still definitely possible for Sky to come back in the third round. But yeah, the 5-0 there in the second half definitely really helped them out with the points.
this is definitely a pretty action. Now we're just waiting for round 3 because
Mm-hmm.
round three is going to be pretty rough because both of them have won one round individually. If they tie, Ravens.
If they tie, Ravens should win on points. So
Yeah.
that's the good news. No round 4. The only way they go to round 4 is if Sky 3-mans and
That wouldn't go to round 3 because Sky won their first round. Sky won their first round, so if they win this round, they win overall. They win 2-1.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So-
true.
Yeah, there's no way that this can go to a 4th round.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Yeah, we should be hopefully seeing the end of this shortly. Sorry about like all the delays and stuff. Hopefully this third round gets started faster than earlier. We are still waiting on map pick and such, but should be getting underway shortly.
It should be a map ban from Ravens, and it should be a map pick.
Yeah, we should be seeing the map picks and bans soon. Do Ravens have map ban or map pick?
They have map bans. Oh, no more map bans, and Ravens pick.
Oh, RV just picks the map? Alright, gotcha. Wait, really? Didn't they just pick the last map?
I think they just picked the last map, but I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they picked the last map.
I don't know why they're getting map picked twice in a row. Is that the rule set?
I will ask. Is it 7 to
Yeah, it should be whoever won coin toss selects map, which I believe was Sky. Yeah, it will be Sky picking the map here. we should be getting that map pick done shortly. So.
The question now is that are they gonna go for a map for their hunter or their because Alex is definitely very strong on.
Mm-hmm.
I would say they would probably not go for the tourney.
Yeah, we're still waiting on that. I am curious to see what kind of map they pick. Maybe it kind of depends on if they want to give the advantage to their survivors or their hunter. If they want to give the advantage to their survivors, then maybe they'll go for something like Sacred Heart or Leos. It'll be interesting to see what they decide to go for.
They could also definitely go for Red Church because Church is not a bad map, so we were actually, but at the same time, Papa Soul Weaver could probably get banned.
Yeah. Letting Fafa potentially play a Soul Weaver would definitely be strong. Although maybe RV would ban Opera and Soul Weaver, maybe letting him play Anne again. They did draw against it, so they don't necessarily have to ban the Anne.
Yeah, and they're in a winning position, so they don't have to try. They don't have to try and go for a win unless they are playing on the second. The other team already has been very good.
It is going to be a hospital. So it looks like maybe they're trying to give their survivors an advantage here. Or maybe Fafa is like really comfortable in hospital. That could be it too. Maybe he has a really strong Ripper on this map.
But at the same time, hospital is just all around a survivor side. There's not really much to say about it except that it's completely survivor sided.
Yeah, hospital is definitely one of the most survivor-sided maps. It's very strong for survivors. So I definitely expect that they're trying to give their survivors an advantage here. Yeah, Anne's fine on hospital, but if they could get a draw on Ever Sleeping, then they can most likely get a draw on Sacred Heart, if not a win. So
I think it's Ravens picking which side first. So do you think Ravens are gonna go for a survivor first, or are they gonna let Alex and potentially get maybe a 3K or 4K?
Yeah, I think it just depends on preference. Usually I think you'd rather have your survivors play first. So maybe they'll go for maybe they'll have Hoppa hunt first, but Fafa also seems to like hunting first, so who knows?
Yeah.
I don't think it makes a huge difference though.
I think there's definitely a chance for Fafa to probably get a win on it. Because maybe they're not expecting it. He could definitely come with something out of the blue because we know that Fafa does have a lot of characters that can play.
Yeah, an off-meta pick would definitely be really strong here. If he can catch them off guard, he might be able to secure maybe a win, which is exactly what Sky need here. So it looks like though, RV are gonna have their hunter go first, so Alex is gonna be playing first.
They're definitely gonna put pressure on Alex because, well, to be fair, Alex already got a 4K in the last, so he's probably feeling pretty good.
Yeah, Alex may not have been like as comfortable with the opera singer as other hunters that he's played for longer. We definitely saw like a lot of experience with the wax artist. So yeah, Alex can still go like Naiad is pretty strong on this map. or maybe even a Bonbon. And with the experience that Alex has on those hunters, might be able to secure more than a draw. We
Alex,
are gonna see a priestess and a lawyer ban from Alex.
he's banning everything that's strong, but he's letting out the spear. He's letting out the spear because he does have the characters that can counter stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's gonna try and bait the other side to pick Seer first because Seer is definitely a strong character, especially on this map.
Yeah, Seer can be countered by a Bonbon, so I think that giving away Seer here, if they end up locking Seer, then Alex can definitely take advantage of that and play a chip hunter. So
like
maybe
Seer
Sky will play around that and not lock it.
Seer plus Dancer might be good because Dancer definitely counters a lot of the chip hunter, but at the same time, Seer is pretty good against the Naiad.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they might not go for like a really risky pick, but they should definitely consider picking the Dancer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
They banned
Now they're.
Breaking Wheel and Wax Artist.
I didn't even know Alex played Breaking Wheel. That's pretty interesting.
I knew he played Wheel, but I don't think Church is a good map for Wheel at all. Like you have the two windows in Church, and then you have the window. You have the two
We're on
windows.
Sacred Heart.
We're on Sacred. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're on Sacred Heart.
Shoot. But yeah. Sacred Heart is a bit better for Wheel, but honestly not much.
It's still not great. Because Shack and Ruins are unchaseable, and Hospital is also pretty difficult. So as a Wheel, you're really restricting yourself, especially since they have area select. I definitely think that you don't mind taking a Wheel on this map. So,
Yeah, I feel like they're more than ready to take a Wheel.
yeah, but they're not. They don't seem to be too worried about the Opera Singer because they already drew against it. So maybe they're, maybe they're anticipating an Opera Singer, and maybe they plan on playing around it. Maybe or still waiting on those next locks.
But at the same time, Opera Singer is not great on Hospital because you have the connected shadow region for the entire Hospital, so it's really hard to like get any speed boost. So you're definitely moving faster, like if you're in the shadow area, but not by much if you're, because you can't get the speed boost from jumping from one shadow area to another.
Yeah, the shadows on Sacred Heart can definitely be like pretty confusing. They can be like they overlap a lot, which can be annoying. Once again, it's gonna boil down to whether or not Alex has experience on this map. As Opera Singer, we've seen in IVL, Opera Singers can succeed on Sacred Heart. They can succeed on every map, but it really just depends on the comfort level that you have. So it's gonna be interesting to see whether Alex wants to go for the Opera here.
They also picked First Officer and Symbolic, so they're definitely going for the support. Kind of surprising though, because I think Dancer is better on, but I could be wrong. And the next ban is Dancer.
I think Dancer is a fine ban here. Alex might not be planning on playing a Naiad. Naiad probably wouldn't ban Dancer, but it's good for Bonbon and it's good for Opera. It's very good for Opera. So yeah, we have not seen any Toy Merchant too. It might be interesting if but they're gonna lock Cord instead, so maybe not planning on playing Toy.
Or First Officer and they're looking at characters that can definitely hit.
Yeah, Cord has been a consistently strong character. We didn't get to see too much of her last time because she shot the bees. That was an unfortunate misstep, but now that everyone knows that can happen, I don't think Sky are going to be making the same mistake. And as long as they don't shoot a wall, they should be okay, and we might actually get to see a hunter get shot, which would be really fun.
Alex has come in with a patience. So it does look like Acrobat might be a good pick
Mhm.
because there aren't really any hunters that truly counteract.
Yeah, Acrobat is a pretty consistently strong character. You're basically always happy to see an Acrobat if you're a survivor. So no hunter likes Acrobat.
Yeah.
I definitely think Acrobat would be a strong pick here. They can still go like Toy Merchant, maybe an Entomologist too. They do have options. It'll be interesting to see what kind of support they go for.
We're just waiting for the last block. So far we have the Cord, we have the first officer, we have the Ento. These are all characters that can kite opera singer too. So this is definitely interesting. I think they're definitely predicting that Alex is gonna go opera.
Hmm. Yeah, right now they've got FO, Ento, and Cord. I think they definitely would benefit from another support maybe. Toy Merchant is so strong on this map. If they picked her, she's not permabanned, is she?
I don't think she's in the permanent. They had anti-Korean professor, journalist, mercenary.
Yeah. Oh, but they're gonna go for a perfumer. Oh, I really like Perfumer here actually. Perfumer is pretty strong against Opera in general, and in Sacred Heart she's almost completely, or in Hospital she's like unchaseable. I think Perfumer is a great pick here to maybe disincentivize Alex from playing an opera singer.
Yeah, this is definitely a really interesting pick. They're definitely keeping up with like the Chinese and stuff because a lot of the times they use perfumer to counter.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen much Perfumer like at all in tournament. So not this one at least. Perfumer has been seeing play in IVL, but not so much around here in NAU. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how this Perfumer works out.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, perfumer is a character with pretty much no margin for error. You mess up on one perfume, your kite is very long, and you don't have any rebound kite. Really. Perfumer's not really a character with rebound. I would say that they should definitely go for a suicide build on perfumer though. That's kind of what I do a lot because she's not really that consistent of a character.
Yeah, the good news is that Perfumer does have those gaps in the drop downs in Hospital to work with. So even after she gets hit, she can definitely still kite for sure. So that's one of the reasons she's so strong on this map. She might still be able to rebound even if she goes down really quickly. So I mean, hopefully she doesn't, but you know, if she does, it's still definitely salvageable for Sky, depending on how fast she goes down.
Yeah, but at the
So
same time, we're talking about she can leave a shadow where, and she can probably go back. So it might be harder to lose. You know, if they're going to use perfume to gain distance.
yeah, that's true actually. It'll be interesting to see then if Alex decides to go opera singer, and if he's gonna be able to play around perfumer like that. There definitely is that level of like complexity between the two. We haven't seen that much of perfumer on hospital, so
I feel like this is not a bad to go opera singer again. But at the same time, I feel like you could definitely go for a chip target the
yeah, we're still waiting on the persona locks, I believe. Yeah, so hopefully we'll be able to get those and then the hunter lock, and we can begin soon.
I think Juan actually looks pretty good because he counters both animal entomologist and
Mhm.
And at this point, Ravens are probably just gonna try and go for a tie, maybe a 3-man. Sculptor.
Oh, a sculptor, really?
Sculptor.
Wow, I didn't know that Alex played sculptor.
Alex is pretty famous for his sculptor, actually.
Really?
Yeah. I think I mentioned really early on that I said that he would probably play sculptor or bond, but I wasn't sure which. It seems like, even though I think the comp counters his sculptor a bit more than I would say it counters bond because Ento counters sculptor.
Mm-hmm.
You can definitely loop hospital with perfumes.
Yeah, like you said, sculptor can't really play around the perfumes the way that opera can.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is pretty. The one nice thing here is that sculptor hard counters coordinator, so
Yeah.
I think it's pretty reasonable to expect that Cord's probably gonna have her shot blocked. It's gonna be difficult to get it off. She's gonna have to shoot like at a window or while the hunter's in attack recovery. So Alex might be trying to chase the coordinator, but besides that, she might struggle, especially on a map like Sacred Heart. This map is pretty strong for survivors. So if Alex's statues aren't on point, he might end up getting kited.
Yeah. Now we have personas. The first officer has tie, coordinator has broken windows, entomologist has broken windows, perfumer has flywheel. I think we'll probably see perfumer in hospital or hospital gate. Either entomologist or perfumer in middle.
Yeah, they might want to consider putting Cord in hospital, just because Cord is definitely the weakest chaser or kiter here.
Yeah.
Cord's the weak link in this comp, so you want to put her potentially in the strongest area.
I think the best thing is probably to put Ento in middle and put perfumer and Cord somewhere where they can rotate. But it could be interesting if they try to maybe bait Alex into picking somewhere else, because he might want to target the perfumer or the coordinator.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think if you put Cord in hospital and then put perfumer near hospital so that she can get there if she gets chased, I think that's definitely going to be a strong layout here. Like, the biggest risk is letting Cord get chased in a weak area. If that happens, that's the worst case. So as long as they don't allow that, they might have a chance here to get a long kite.
Solzek says that he's gonna shoot the keys.
Yeah, that would be really funny. We do have an Ento and a Cord again, so hopefully we don't see that twice in a row.
Hopefully we learn.
Yeah, RV definitely learned their lesson here, so hopefully Sky doesn't have to learn it too. Alright, we're getting into the spawns here, and they're putting Cord at Shack. I don't know if I agree with that. If she can get to Ruins, though, she might be able to chase, or she might be able to kite, so...
It's pretty good for starting kite, actually, because if you pull the pallet, you're basically forcing the hunter to either vault the window or break the pallet, and you can use the other one to transition. So Cord is definitely going to be your first chase, but we also have Encho for support. So it seems like Solzek should be able to get to Ruins without a problem.
Yeah, if the Ento support can help the Cord, then that would make up for it. True. So it's gonna depend on how well that they can support here, and whether or not Cord gets found quickly. We're probably gonna see Alex go straight for the Cord. So we're getting into the match now. Yeah, he is heading straight for Shack.
Solzek is gonna camp the pallet, maybe. No, he's gonna rotate around the Shack.
Oh, he's going for a mind game here.
Alex is gonna try a mind game here. But Solzek is... Oh, that was one chip already.
Yeah, that was two really fast chips, 3 chips.
extremely fast chips, and Cord is
Well, like,
already
probably consider
3/4.
giving the gun already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Ento support did nothing, unfortunately, and now, oh, it actually hits her. I
Oh,
thought that
I actually hit.
got the block. Wow,
Well,
that's gonna at least salvage the kite. If that got blocked, it would have been over. But
Yeah,
now
that
maybe
got-
Cord can rebound. Not able to get that chip on the window either, and Cord has a lot of distance now.
And
Very nice
Blink
blink
is
though to
like-
cut down the distance, and now Cord might be going down here.
I don't think Cord is gonna go down very quickly. Cord should be close to going down.
Yeah, there's the statue.
But Cord forced out Blink, which is
Forcing out Blink is good, but that was a pretty fast down. No insolence from the sculptor though, so we'll have to see if she can snowball.
it would probably be best to sell, but then Alex is already trying to intercept. They should probably at least try.
This should be an after half rescue. Rescuing this before half is asking for trouble.
Rescuing before half is risky.
The good news is it's an FO who's probably gonna make the rescue for free. Oh, okay, he just got chipped.
One chip, which is
Isn't
pretty
gonna.
good.
Oh, gets chipped again. Really accurate statues from Alex. And now Cord does
Now he
get.
has second,
Yeah, she gets farmed.
which is just gonna make it really for.
And now it looks like Alex is at full presence. This is the problem with rescuing that before half. Is now Alex has full presence really early. So it's gonna be difficult for anyone to kite her now.
Yeah, the next kiter is probably gonna have a lot of pressure just because of how hard it is to kite.
Yeah. And FO's at risk of getting downed with chips as well. If FO takes too many chips here, it's gonna really slow down their progress.
But it does seem like FO has managed to avoid most of it. If not all of them. We're looking at about a total of 4 ciphers. One the cord goes back to me. So Endo still has to kite a bit, but they're just not as.
Yeah, the last 2 ciphers are both around 50, so they still have some time here. It would be best if Alex could teleport to one of the ciphers. Chasing Ento here isn't really helping him. You really want to pressure one of the ciphers right here. Does have Blink up soon, so potentially able to trump card here. However, it looks like Alex is going to be tunneling this Ento.
I think that could have been a Blink channel shot actually, but I think Alex was trying to conserve his trade.
Yeah, Alex might think it's better to keep teleport for endgame here, which I think is pretty smart here. If you have teleport in endgame, you still have the possibility of winning. Right now it's most likely a draw position. Ento is gonna go down, but the cipher's actually finished already. So yeah, that cipher rush was really fast.
And it actually wouldn't be wise to teleport.
Yeah, and
Blink
he's
is
actually gonna
pretty
blink
fast,
here,
so
so that's
it's like-
guaranteeing the draw here.
Pretty solid.
Without any teleport, it's gonna be impossible for Alex to get a win, so this is actually gonna be a draw. Really, really strong play from Sky there.
Yeah, even though it wasn't ideal that Cord got 3 chips in a row, they managed to pull it back.
Yeah, I'm actually with all those chips early game. Alex had a really strong early game. I think the turning point was definitely the gunshot. Alex
Yeah.
just wasn't able to block it. If Alex was able to block that gunshot, it would have been a 4 elimination.
Yeah. But honestly, I think he did predict it. It was just that I think the angle of the statue was a bit off. Otherwise it definitely would have been open. now the pressure is on Fafa because Fafa needs a 3 mana in order to win.
All right. Sorry about that. Now it is going to be. Oh, they're still figuring out whether or not Fafa needs a 4K. Fafa just needs a win.
Yeah, Fafa needs to win this in order for his team to win.
Yeah, as long as Fafa wins, as long as Fafa gets a 3 or a 4K, it's going to be a win. But a draw is going to be a loss, and RV will win on points then. So I'm interested to see what Fafa plays here. I don't think Anne would be a good pick here. Spider's probably going to be banned, so I wonder what else Fafa can play here. Maybe a Ripper?
Maybe he's gonna play the wheel, but I don't think this map is very wheel.
Yeah, it's not the best map for Ripper, but if you're skilled enough, it could maybe work. I just don't know what else Fafa can play here. I'm not sure what other Wind Hunters he has in his kit, so kind of depends on what he can play.
I mean, if he can bait Ravens to bring maybe no flywheels, he could definitely play Bloody Queen. But I think it's pretty risky because everything depends on if you can get all your mirror. If you can't get a mirror, it's pretty much over.
Yeah, BQ is mostly a draw hunter anyway, so it's possible to win with her, but it requires like extremely fast downs and then like very effective like pressure while you're camping. It's definitely very difficult. And if Ravens play well, they should be able to get a draw even with a fast down.
Yeah. Alright, so the universal bans that we have are Merc, Gardener, Lawyer, and then Fafa has decided ban for officer. It actually does look like a Bloody Queen.
Yeah, I think FO and Seer here is really strong here. Because they picked Merc in round 1 in the first 2, they kind of don't have a rescue option. They could always go Lawyer, or I mean Wildling. They picked Wildling in the second round. But Fafa is really taking out their reliable rescues here, so it might pressure them.
I feel like that's a viable strategy if you want to play Bloody Queen, because if you can get a mirror hit, you're definitely guaranteeing that the other side. But still, this is a lot of pressure on Fafa because the hospital is very survivable.
Yeah, it's possible that this could be a Bloody Queen. Yeah, I really don't know what else Fafa plays. Opera Singer and Spider are likely going to be banned. We're waiting for Ravens to decide what hunter bans they go for. But aside from that, they are going to lock Embalmer and Psychologist, though. Those are really strong draw characters, especially Embalmer. Embalmer is very strong. So this could be very difficult for Fafa. Embalmer is not something you want to see here.
I think they're almost tempting him to play Bloody Queen because Bloody Queen really counters the ball. Opera and Spider are banned.
Yeah, it's not exactly unexpected.
Yeah, this is definitely not ideal for Fafa because we know that he's very good with Anne, but oh wait, Universal psychologist is actually in universal ban, so they actually have to pick something else. I feel
Oh
like it
yeah.
might be barmaid might be good. Barmaid plus involvement.
Yeah, small misstep there. Psychologist is actually banned from round 1, I think.
Yeah, involvement barmaid.
Mhm.
So we have involvement. I think this is definitely really bad if Fafa wants to play. Because barmaid is very
Barmaid is still very strong. Psychologist might be preferable here, just so that you can get the guaranteed heal from anywhere on the map. But Barmaid does have 2 heals, and she can be stronger to kite than Psychologist. She has the speed
Yeah.
boost. She can get 2 heals off. So
yeah. And when she uses up her heals, it's also possible for her to pick up something else.
mhm.
So 100 bands. So
It should
it's
just be
still
the
good.
same bands. Opera and Spider. Yeah.
I'm not sure what Fafa can play here. I mean, BQ might be the best option, but it's just
Not a very great option to win.
Oh, it's not good. Yeah. Ford was picked, Dancer was banned. So it doesn't seem like he's gonna go for BQ because it would be so easy for him to target the Dancer.
And Dancer can be pretty strong against BQ if she sets up her fast boxes.
Mhm.
It makes it much easier to juke her mirror. And
Yeah,
plus, you can
but-
always set up slow boxes in strong areas. So I think Dancer is
pretty
always
hard.
a good ban.
It's still pretty hard against the BQ with BQ, especially like if you're thinking about especially a BQ, because I've seen it happen in tourneys. Because female dancer it's just hard countered by. I think it's possible that Fafa might come out with like maybe a Wu Chang, because I think he does have one, but Wu Chang's not very viable in tourney.
Yeah, Wu Chang is I don't think Fafa is gonna play Wu Chang. I think that would kind of be I don't want to say throw, but Wu Chang
I
is
think
very
it
good in
wouldn't be
tournament.
viable. It's just not viable because Wu Chang's very weak against four man teams.
Yeah, Wu Chang's issue is that you can just throw pallets in his face for 3 minutes straight, and he just can't do
Yeah.
anything about it.
Unless you bring
So-
insulin, but he's trying to win. So if you bring insulin and you don't have the option to change the teleport, it's gonna be really hard for him to get engineering endgame. But again, this is a small map. It could be possible. The hospital, I feel like, is one of the easiest maps to like just throw pallets down. I still don't think it's viable, but it's definitely possible.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen. I don't think Ravens would lose to a Wu Chang. I think they are overall a very solid survivor team, and good survivor teams never lose to Wu Changs. So I think it'd be a big gamble. I think he'd better off going for something like Wheel or BQ. It is going to be an antiquarian ban and a gardener lock here. So
I think Garner's
Pablo.
already in universal. Pretty sure.
Oh, Gardner's also in universal bans.
Yeah,
They're just
I
not paying
think-
attention.
Yeah, because they.
Or
is
wait.
it? Is
Oh
it?
no, I think it's Psycho instead of Gardner.
I- Okay.
I
Garner?
think Gardner's okay.
Yeah, I think Garner. This comp is definitely very solid though.
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like Garner is also a pretty good counter for Bloody Queen because she's another character that can take a lot of hits.
Yeah, I mean with her shield at the start of the match, you can definitely very good at eating hits. You're a 3-hit character. And 3-hit characters are good against BQ, so definitely not the worst option there. I think especially with the Embalmer, I think this is going to be a very good comp for going for draws. Embalmer is just so strong at getting draws. And so we're still waiting on one more ban, right? Or was that the last pick?
Yeah, we're not waiting for any. We have Garden.
Oh, right,
We're just
right. That
waiting
was
for
last pick.
we're waiting for their talent lock, and we're waiting for their talent lock, and we're waiting for.
Mhm. I am really looking forward to seeing what Fafa actually goes for. I mean, a BQ would be definitely really interesting.
I feel like it was. I feel like it's gonna be hard either way because he doesn't have Shiv Hunter that can work.
The persona lock is finished, so now Fafa can lock his hunter. And it's gonna be another Anne.
So much.
Well,
This
I
is definitely
mean,
not an easy comp to play Anakin.
yeah. I mean, Fafa was in a win position in the last game, and the only reason he drew was because he made some suboptimal decisions. So maybe he thinks if he plays well, he might be able to get a 3-man. But Fafa is clearly really comfortable with Anne, so unfortunately, Anne just isn't a very strong hunter for getting wins.
They have broken windows. 3 characters tied on forward. So they have a bomb Garden farm all with broken.
Mm-hmm.
I think they definitely thought of that. It does seem like it is quite easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we should be getting into the match shortly now that everyone has locked their characters. We're just waiting on RV to get into the custom now. All right, everyone's in. Do we have area select turned on? I think we do, hopefully. Let's not do another restart. We should be good though.
I think it
Yeah, area select is on.
Garner forward
Mhm.
and Palmer. I think they're probably gonna go for the strategy where Palmer picks middle.
Maybe you can do that. If Embalmer gets kited, it's most likely going to be a draw just because no one has to rescue him, so Cypher Rush is sped up. You can put Embalmer in hospital, or you can just put him in like Shack or something. Definitely looking forward to seeing what kind of spawn select they go for.
Shack might be better if they're planning on maybe rescuing, so they can have Embalmer kite elsewhere and then return to Shack. Oh, but it
Looks
seems
like they're gonna have him in ruins though.
in Garner. Seems like Garner might be for chase unless Papa wants to go for it.
Yeah, Fafa might be thinking about chasing maybe forward here and can chase forward.
Yeah, but it's still gonna be pretty difficult because it's gonna be hard to use football.
Alright, getting into the match here. Fafa is going to be heading towards Shack, it looks like. So might be thinking about chasing the Gardener, who's rotating towards Shack. Gardener's not too bad, even though she's a 3-hit character. No items to kite with means You might still be able to down her pretty quickly. Fafa is going to be able to hit this cat.
But it does seem like Joker not going to be able to get a hit.
Yeah, Gardner played that pretty well. With that pallet there, Fafa wasn't able to get the stun with the cat. However, this should be a hit right here.
Oh, that should have been a hit on.
Yeah, Gardner does make the vault with the shield. No terror shock.
I think Fafa was trying to get a stun hit so that he could get rid of the shield and help that team, but it didn't work.
Yeah, I think he was trying to wait out the shield. I mean, if he got that, it would have been a terror shock, which would have been a massive play. But this is still looking like a pretty solid down. Unfortunately, their Cypher Rush is really fast right now. They're gonna be popping 2 Cyphers very soon.
Well, most of the time, they can just start the Cypher immediately. So,
Yeah, that was almost a 3 Cypher kite.
Almost 3 times. So they could definitely sell at because they happen to.
They might have forward rescue after half once he finishes his Cypher. I think that's a really great strategy here. Right now, Embalmer and Barmaid have both started new Cyphers. So if you just let forward rescue this after half, I think it's almost guaranteed to be a draw. As long as forward doesn't get stuffed.
I think it's very hard to not.
Fafa is going to be able to pressure down Barmaid though, getting the cat on her. Yeah, they might actually sell this.
Yeah, I think it would be best to sell in case someone dies near Cypher. If they're looking to decode the last time.
Yeah, if they do end up selling, it's still very difficult for Fafa to get a win, especially with Embalmer. We might see Fafa. Okay, Fafa is going to teleport to Barmaid here.
But it's Barmaid and he doesn't have blink, so it's gonna be really hard to like.
Wow, and she takes the speed boost so she doesn't get stunned. Really well played by Barmaid there.
Yeah, but she's not gonna be able to drink. And Fafa's gonna land one hit. But it does seem like Fafa's gonna try and get his teleport up for him.
Yeah, this is smart from Fafa. He knows he has to pressure the Cypher. So he's switching to forward here. Unfortunately, forward does have a full football, so this is going to be a pretty hard down.
Still gonna be a hard.
Forward pulls a full Schmitty, so Fafa's not going to be able to catch up to him.
Yeah. It might have been better for Fafa actually to have ended the cat early. Because if he ended the cat early, forward wouldn't have been able to pull off. But the benefit of selling is that Fafa's still not at full presence. So now the problem is that Fafa's not at full presence. He doesn't have the ability to pressure on the stuff.
Right now, RV are doing a great job of stalling time. They kind of forced Fafa to go pressure Embalmer, but now forward Cypher's almost finished. Fafa's gonna try to get there in time, but forward's gonna have it finished before that, so.
I think the Cypher's gonna pop.
Yeah, forward's most likely just gonna pop it here. And yeah, I mean, Fafa does have teleport, but Embalmer's already on the gate.
There's a teleport, but it's not really wise to teleport on the ball. His best bet right now is to down the forward really quickly and then teleport. And see
He
if
teleports instantly. He's gonna go for it, but the gate's open.
gates open.
The gate's just barely open, and now Barmaid is rotating. If he can down Barmaid, maybe.
Embalmer can embalm Barmaid actually.
Oh yeah, he can. That's true. As long as he memorized her, and he just did, yeah. That's one of the strengths of Embalmer. Now Fafa can't even chase Barmaid. It's a guaranteed draw.
It does seem like a guaranteed draw. Or it's gonna self-heal and try and stall for time. Fafa doesn't teleport, so he's not gonna be able to do it.
Yeah, and Barmaid is actually pushing the front gate, which is surprising. However, Fafa is going to be forced to chair here. Barmaid's going to be able to open the gate, so... Yeah, it is going to be a draw, it looks like.
Does look like a draw, and
And
Congratulations
yeah, that's
to-
going to be it.
congratulations Ravens for drawing, and congratulations to Ravens for winning this round.
Yeah, big congrats to Ravens. They played that really well, especially coming back from the loss in the first round. They played extremely well in the first and second rounds. So big congrats to them, and GG's to both teams.
Both teams played incredibly well. So yeah, this just goes to show that like sometimes like having an advantage at this, it might be still be difficult. And all right, I think we'll end here. See you all next time.
Oh, I guess I'll unmute. Congratulations, Ravens. Well done, Ravens and Sky. Tomorrow we're going to be having some more matches. We will be having DN versus Activators at 1 p.m. EST, and then vice versa versus QNY at 4:30 p.m. EST. And I hope to see you there. Bye, everybody.
Unless he can, oh, unfortunately gonna miss the trap. He didn't miss the trap, it still clipped it. The excitement, not gonna get a hit though! That vault speed just barely saved him. Look now.
Say, man, this boy, bro. Get him!
Here. But ooh!
Great body block on the mercenaries, and we did see that blink come out.